Okay, the first thing you're going to need to do is log into the IAQ site and go to this year's classes, find the Recess Improv Quilt, and follow the instructions or the latest pattern that we're going to be working on this month is the plus sign, so you need to download that information in PDF with the correct sizes and instructions. After we have that information, we're going to go ahead, gather our materials, and start cutting and sewing. So the first thing for these quilt blocks that you're going to need to do is pick your fabrics. So I have a pile here of just kind of random pieces and bits, and I'm going to decide that for this block, maybe I'm going to use this orange. And, you know, really, you have to think outside the box. Don't be afraid of color and exploring different combinations. These are not going to be put into the quilt block or the quilt until later. So I'm going to go with gray for my background, I think. And maybe my plus sign is going to be some of this orange. I might mix in some of this orange, like a darker. So all of these blocks will be put together later. So you can make new ones if you so choose, or you get to move them around and play with placement. So really just explore different combinations and don't really worry too much about them at this point. Don't go with comfortable. So I'm choosing a gray background, but you can go with like a more neutral or a white. So if we think about the plus sign quilt block, it's going to be a block that has just a couple different sections. So if I draw a square here, well, it's not really square, but if you get the idea. And the plus sign is going to have something down that's going up and down, and the other is going to go across. So these do not have to be centered at all. So if you choose, depending on how you cut it up later on, your plus sign might be something like this. It might be really off and crooked. You could almost put it on point and make it an X if you wanted. So it just depends on kind of how you feel the block is going and what your eye likes. Remember, there is no wrong answer. Everything is correct, and we're not going to worry about perfection at this point because we can audition, move around, and change positions of these blocks within the quilt at any time later on. So this is kind of what I want to get to. There's a couple different ways to kind of look at this. Construction-wise, I could sew 3 strips together. And I'll turn this over. I could sew 3 strips of fabric together. This being the stripe that for the plus sign. After I've done sewn this together, I can cut this in half and then put another strip right in between. So you end up with this. And then you have a new long strip, which can be the same or a different coordinating or whatever color you choose, and then put this back together. You could probably shift these as well later on so they do not line up straight. So that's one way of doing it. You could also use squares and kind of play around with your placement. You know, break up these lines so they're not exactly the same fabrics. But that is basically the idea. I think I'm going to just go ahead and do this method to show you the process of construction. Okay, so I'm going to take my fabric, and I decided that I'm going to do a pink one as well. So I am using a ruler. You don't have to. If you want to be super loose, go ahead. You can use just your hand and choose the width of your strip. Remember that when you sew these together, they will have seam allowances, and so it will be 1/2 inch smaller, so you do not want to go super small on these. So I'm just going to cut this right into half, And if I want to use my ruler, that's fine. But I'm not using it to measure. I'm just using it to cut a straight line. So now what I'm going to do is sew these 3 strips together and then press them. So at my machine, I'm going to just feed the fabric in, and I'm going to just sew them all together. Make sure that my 1/4 inch seam is good. You can see that my line isn't perfect, it's not straight, and so I do have to make some adjustments. Okay, I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to sew the gray to the other side as well. Alright, now that I have these sewn together, I am going to press it to make it a little bit easier to deal with. Now that I have my block all pressed and ready to go, I'm going to make one cut, and I can determine, you know, if I want to center it so the up and down are kind of identical, or I can make a cut right here and add my strip there so the plus sign is off to the side. I really don't want it to be super centered, so I am going to go right off to the side here. I didn't make any measurements or anything, I just used my ruler to cut a straight line. If you want to use scissors and go really improv, that is just fine as well. So now that I have my 2 pieces, what I do need to do now is add another strip that goes down the center. And I can either go with, you know, the same color if I want to, or I can try a different color. I could even go with something that was super narrow, so that would end up to be just a tiny strip in the middle. If I have something that's pieced from earlier, I could use that. So you get to play around a little bit as far as, like, you know, even if you did decide earlier, you can always change your mind. It's not going to hurt anything. So I think, actually, I kind of like that. So I'm going to sew this to the top and to the bottom. If I wanted to shift this over a little bit so we were a little off, I could. Just really depends on how you want your block to look, and we can cut it later a little bit differently as well. Alright, now that I have my block pressed, I can determine the measurement at this point. So I know that you know, I don't want to keep my selvage edges in, so I can trim this off somewhat straight. Flip it around here. There's a couple different sizes that we need for the quilt, and so depending on which one you're working on, and actually this one is a perfect one for 6.5, 6.5. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to make this a 6.5. I know this is going to work out perfect. So this is where you do square up your quilt block. So you've kind of played with the placement of the lines and the strips of whatever the instructions say, you know, whatever our inspiration is this month. But at this point, you do want to trim your blocks down to the correct size. So I'm going with the 6.5. And as you can see, depending on where I cut, I can determine, so I can go all the way over here and have this a little more centered, or have it, you know, like really have it centered, or a little off to the right, to the left, it doesn't matter. But I think what I'm going to do is push it to one side. So you do want to make sure that when you're cutting, you are lined up straight. because this does matter in the end. When you are cutting your strips with your scissors and stuff, that doesn't make any difference. But in the end, when you have your block put together, you want to make sure that you square it up properly. So now I have one block that is a plus sign, and depending on the sizes that I need, I would use wider strips, but again, you can make these scrappier if you want. You can make them so they match if you want. These pieces that are left over, I am not going to put in the trash bin. I'm going to keep them for a little bit until this project's done, because they will be great for spacers as well as fillers or parts for a different block. Now, as you can see, I still have a pretty good sized piece left over, and I can repeat this process if I want to and add another strip right down the center. So I think I will go ahead and do that, maybe with a different color, maybe with another gray. This is where you just kind of play until your eye is happy. So don't worry about color combinations or, you know, rules, color rules, or anything like that. We are just going to add something that we really like. And I kind of like this purple, this bright purple. So I am going to use that. All right. So now I have sewn. I cut my piece down to a little bit of a not so wide of a strip, but still kind of wide. And I went ahead and sewed it to the center. Now you can see that I just left all those trails off. It doesn't make a difference at this point. And then I've pressed it flat. So this is another plus sign block. And depending on what the pattern has or requires, I could almost, let's see, it's not quite 12.5. If it was a little bit longer, I may have been able to do a 12.5 inch by like 6.5 maybe. That's kind of pushing it. So what I'm going to do is just look at my instructions and see what I need, but I think I can get a 6.5 inch out of here. So I'm going to make some trims. So this is my one side, and I know it's going to be 6.5. So again, make sure that your cuts when you're squaring up your block are correct and straight. That will make them all work together later on when we work on our constructing the quilt top. I don't have a lot of give on either side, so you know, I could push it to one side a little bit more than the other, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Trim off this little edge. That's not keepable, so that will go in the trash. And then I will trim this off. So keep in mind that while there are inspirations and suggestions of blocks, there's not going to be any set sizes to cut your pieces. You're just, you know, playing with your fabric strips that you have, or and placements of them. So now I have 2 plus sign blocks. Very different, but still similar because of the pink strip. So, you know, depending on where they end up in the quilt, they could even go next to each other if that made sense. All these little pieces or extra bits that I have left over, again, I'm going to keep them because I might use them in another block later. So that is how you make a plus sign improv quilt block.